Kia e-Niro Diaries on the 20th of February. Now, last June we made a trip to the Cote Sauvage. It was 34 degrees centigrade that day. And when we charged to 100%, we were showing 516 kilometres at the start of the trip. We're going to do that trip again today. It's about 11 degrees. It's supposed to get warmer. It's supposed to get up to 16, 17. It was supposed to be sunnier than this, but it's very, very windy. That's one of the reasons we're going. Wind, beaches, lots of fun. So let's just see what it says about range. Ah, 431 at 100%. And it says 11 degrees. And yeah, we are at 100%. So it's a difference of about 90 kilometers, the range showing back in the summer. When we started out, and I think it was about 25 centigrade, and we ended the day at 34. It was a very, very hot day, sort of the back end of June. Anyway, we'll see how we go. So making our way out to the coast on the back roads. Whichever way you go, it's 2 hours to the Cote Sauvage anyway, so but the interesting thing is it's 13 degrees. It's about 120 kilometers to get where we're going, and on these kind of roads so far I've done 12.4 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers, which just goes to show a little bit more warmth. I mean, it's not warm, it's not summer, it's the 20th of February, but so far so efficient. More of a main road now. Done this in the summer with all the leaves on the trees. She's telling me to shout. It's pretty windy. There's a place just across there called Cité de Huîtres, City of Oysters. So a bit of a clue to what they do here. That's windy. So we've just had some absolutely wonderful cheese and onion puff pastries made by Mrs. e-Niro, and with all this space stuff going on, you know, stuff landing on Mars and people in the International Space Station, we wondered, could we do a puff pastry experiment in zero gravity to see if it all goes puff, because what we find is it all puffs up at the top, but then you get a sort of a layer of more stodgy pastry where it's sitting. Obviously you can't, things don't hover inside an oven, they just have to sit there. So I think I should write to NASA and ask them, can we do a puff pastry experiment on the next visit to the International Space Station, please? What do you reckon?
A worthy cause.
Worthy cause? What is he talking about? Polystyrene and plastic. I mean, this is one of the cleanest beaches because there's no roads directly here. You have to, the closest you can get is about 15 minutes walk, where you have to, get up over the dunes. So it's, you gotta want to do it, But the polystyrene, I think, is what breaks up on the fishing boats and just gets swept in. This is an amazing day. Huge waves. It's a very dangerous place to swim. We've been here in the summer and it There's a lot of naturist activity here. So a couple of hours on the beach, wind blown, picked up a shocking amount of plastic, and when you consider there's no roads directly to this beach, you have to walk for at least 10-15 minutes over the dunes to get to it. I think, yeah. Anyway, we did 134 kilometres getting here. Amazingly efficient, considering it's February. Did 12.8 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometres, which in miles, miles per kilowatt hour is up there or something.
Maybe it's down there.
Or maybe it's down there. Yeah, I don't know. It's over there. Yeah, and we're going to go back. We go back a different way. We need to get back a bit quicker, actually, for various reasons. And we'll probably go a faster route, but we'll have the wind behind us this time. Anyway, what a great day. Beautiful. Sunshine, about 15-16 degrees. Gorgeous. Degrees, February the 20th. This is e-Niro driving like a demon.
13.4.
Oh yeah, no. Well, normally Mrs. e-Niro is more efficient than me, but on the way back, even though we got the wind a little bit more in our favour,
we have a curfew to beat.
We do have the curfew to beat, yeah, that's true. So another wonderful windblown day at the Cote Sauvage. A little bit different from when we went there in the summer, but it's quite interesting that in the summer, you may have seen from a previous video that we started the day on 100% and an expected range of 516 kilometres, which is obviously based on the ambient temperature and the previous driving we've done. We did something like 310 kilometres that day, and we really didn't have very much left. I think the real world range was about 20 or 30 kilometres less than it was actually telling us. So it kind of, you could argue, over-promised and under-delivered. Now today when we started, again, 100%, it was showing an expected range of 431. We've arrived home with 194 kilometres left on the gasometer, and we've covered 269 kilometres. So the range effectively is more like 462, 63. So about another 30 kilometres more than it was estimating when we left. So you could say that it that it under-promised and over-delivered. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed that trip to It's just been brilliant to get out after a really dull, gloomy winter, and this time last week we had freezing rain that was sticking to the trees, and we had branches of trees falling off out here. It was about -5. Today it's been 19. It hit a top of 19. That beach is amazing. The sad thing is, as we showed you, there's just so much plastic around, even on that beach, where, as I say, it's not easy to get to. You've got to hike. You've got to be willing to do a bit of a hike to get to it. But anyway, that's just the world we live in, and goodness knows what the answer is to plastic pollution. We picked up about, I reckon, 2 kilos of it and brought it back with us. So we will be recycling that at the local déchetterie. I'd like to thank all the people who've been watching and those who've been subscribing. Actually up to 292 subscribers now. So let's see if we can get it to 300 with this video. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.